Welcome back to Oxford Medical Summaries. This is Dr. Aziz again. Now, before we embark on this journey of exploring vaccines, the different attitudes towards them, both in the past and present, I'm going to do a very quick explanation of how vaccines actually work. Now, this is not going to be a detailed explanation. You don't need any prior medical knowledge or any knowledge at all to understand this. I'll explain any jargon. It's just a basic overview. Just remember one word which will feature several times, and that is pathogen. A pathogen is basically a virus, a bacteria, a parasite, basically any microorganism that can potentially invade the body and cause disease. The immune system. The immune system is essentially what enables us to resist and fight any infections. It is made of two parts, the innate immune system and the adaptive immune system, and these two parts of the immune system often work together to fight infections. Now, you don't need to worry about the details of these, but I'll give a brief explanation. The innate system, the first part of the immune system, responds to invading pathogens, i.e. viruses, bacteria and parasites, remember, and does not need to be pre-exposed to a disease to get working. Now, the adaptive immune system, the second part of the immune system, recognizes infections that the body has already encountered in the past and mounts a rapid defense against them. The adaptive immune system also produces antibodies. What are antibodies? Antibodies are protective proteins which latch on to invading pathogens and removes them from the body. So what happens when a pathogen enters the body? On first exposure, the immune system may take a week or so to ramp up antibodies. On further exposure, however, if, for example, a person encounters a pathogen after they have already survived an infection or they've been vaccinated, the response is rapid because the immune system is already primed. How long does this immunity last for? This is variable from pathogen to pathogen. The immune system's memory is a little bit like our own memory. Some things we remember for a long time and other things we tend to forget after a period of time. So how do vaccines work with the immune system? Vaccines expose the immune system to something other than the actual virus, but something similar in structure without causing serious illness. This then primes the immune system for action in the future if and when the actual virus comes along. What are vaccines made of? Traditionally, vaccines consisted of either fragments of dead pathogens, a modified form of a pathogen that is less severe in its harmful effects, or a related pathogen that cannot infect humans. What about mRNA vaccines? The technology for these have been around for some time, but is being implemented for the first time during the COVID-19 pandemic. The best way to explain how this works would be to take COVID as an example. You've probably seen the COVID-19 virus. It has spikes on the surface. Researchers essentially took the genetic blueprint of this virus, the RNA, and created mRNA, which is messenger RNA, for just the part that produces the spike. So basically, this mRNA enters our cells and instructs them to produce just the spike, i.e. the spike found on the COVID virus, but not the COVID virus itself. The spike then provokes the immune system and subsequently primes it for action when needed. So what is the difference between a virus triggering our immune system and a vaccine doing so? Simply put, it's the body's reaction time and the possibility of falling very sick if you're infected with the virus first. The big difference between being exposed to a pathogen after being vaccinated and encountering the pathogen for the first time without being vaccinated is the risk of serious illness in the latter scenario, and the possibility of significant internal damage, long-term damage, or even death. With COVID, for example, if an unvaccinated person encounters it for the first time, then yes, the immune system does start mounting a defense for the first time, but that can take some time because it's the first time it's encountering it, or anything similar. In that time, the virus replicates and attacks the body from within, often relentlessly, and unfortunately many people deteriorate, and sadly, as we've seen, countless people don't actually survive. Vaccines in a nutshell. So vaccines essentially provoke the immune system without causing serious illness, and subsequently the immune system is then on standby if and when the real virus or bacteria come along. That's vaccines in a nutshell. It trains the immune system and gets it ready for war by showing it what the enemy soldiers look like. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. If there is anything you didn't understand or want further clarification on, please do comment and I'll do my best to answer. Anyway, I hope you found that useful. Please hit the like and subscribe button for more evidence-based content coming up on this channel. Until next time, take care.